No, my hungover self isn't able, Kira.
Oh, the eyes are closing.
Welcome to Vlogmas Day 7. 1 week in, what? Well, 1 weekend of recording, technically. Yeah. But coming to you from a very hungover Clóda. Well, actually I'm not too bad now because my friend sent me videos of these puppies.
Hi.
I can't. No. No, my hungover self isn't able, Kira.
Oh, the eyes are closing. Hello, Clóda.
Hello, baby.
Hello, Clóda.
Oh,
Puppy gonna go first?
no.
Hello.
So small.
Yes, that's my hand. Hi, puppy.
I can't, Kira. My heart is not able for that. Like, believe that puppies cure everything. They just do. It's science. So yeah, I think today I'm gonna do that Q&A. You sent over some questions on Instagram, thank you. So I might do that because I won't be doing a lot today. The only thing that I'm gonna wear when I'm going for hungover food. Yes. Big baggy jumper, tracksuit pants, comfy runner. I am. Merry Christmas. Love it. Greek pita is love. Greek pita is life. Ice cream and Justin Bieber. Do this Q&A now that I was talking about because yeah, I'm not really doing anything today, so it'll be something to do. First question is, where do you get your style info? So that's very hard to say because I feel like my style is quite varied and it keeps changing. Like, I haven't fully grounded my style. I'm only 22, so I don't think I fully have like my stamp on my style. I would say my biggest inspiration is the high street, like literally walking through cities on the street, seeing what people are wearing. Like, Instagram and everything is a big inspiration for me too. I follow a lot of fashion bloggers, obviously being one myself, I follow a lot and I take a lot of inspiration from those and different brands I come across and stuff. But the number one for me is literally like sitting at a cafe or something and spotting someone passing and seeing the way she matched maybe a specific top with a coat or boots with a skirt that I wouldn't have thought of before, and then I'd be like this, yes. That's kind of, I suppose, how I get my style inspiration. And then obviously, yeah, as I've said, the Instagram thing, I only follow like people that I have an interest in. So as I said, my style is like varying all the time, but definitely like I have a high street style. I can't afford designer or anything close. I do always say though I would dress 10 times, 100 times better if I had more money, but I make do with what I have, and I'm like make sure I'm comfortable most of the time in what I wear, and I kind of just try and dress for my shape as best I can as well. So that's kind of my style inspiration. I do also follow like bloggers and people on Instagram who I feel are like of a similar body shape or body type and height to me, and then like I see kind of what suits their style, and if I see a specific dress on someone and I'm like, oh, they have the same body shape and I like the dress, then I might go get the dress because I can see that it suits a similar body type. That's kind of how I plan my style or get some inspiration too. Any tips for people who are afraid to talk on Snapchat or Instagram? Yeah, it is hard. I remember at the start I didn't really like doing it. I would say only come on talking if you like have a purposeful thing to say. Like if you want to talk, if you're like a blogger or you want to start talking about makeup or fashion or a topic that you're interested in, only come on if you literally have something to say, because so many people come on and they'll like waffle and stuff, and I literally just tap through all of their stories, and I think a lot of people do, but I never try to make my stories too long because then they're too much. That's just for me. But yeah, I would say definitely come on with a purposeful thing that you want to say, that you think is like a good message that you want to get across about something. 2, maybe practice like speaking to your phone and getting used to seeing yourself talking back and hearing your own voice before you ever post. Just do it in your camera, just so you can get used to it. You need to get used to hearing yourself talk and seeing yourself, and get used to the idea of you talking to the camera. Practice in your room before you start talking in public, I think, to your phone. I sometimes, like when I go on Snapchat or something and I have something that I want to say or something important to say, I make a little list, like just get a little sticky note or something and write down like 3 bullet points of something you want to say, because it just, like, I suppose keeps you on track of what you want to say, and yeah, just keep it, like, it'll help you then if you're like not feeling very confident. If you're kind of like, you feel like you're running out of something to say, then you have your little bullet points of what you wanted to say. Because sometimes when you get nervous about something, you can actually totally forget the topic that you wanted to talk about. So I would say, yeah, have a little note beside you of what you want to say, what you want to get across, a few little bullet points, and it'll just help you with what you want to say. With regards to confidence, that's something that takes time. Practice to your phone. Practice maybe sending a Snapchat to like a friend you trust. Like make a Snapchat video as if you were going to put it up on your story and send it to a friend and just say, what do you think of this? Don't be afraid of getting feedback off people. Feedback is amazing. Feedback helps you get better. What else? Don't care what other people think. Honestly, just, that's the number one. It's really hard to get past, especially like I think with Irish people. Like when you start doing anything that's even remotely out of the ordinary, there's this whole talk of, oh, people are going to say she has notions or he has notions. Like, no, honestly, if you didn't speak to the camera, they're going to get on with their day. If you do speak to the camera, they're still going to get on with their day. If they have a problem, it's their problem. If you're happy doing it, I would say to do it. If it's something that you feel is like burning inside you and you really, really want to do it, go for it. Honestly, like, you live once. Like, why do you really care what anybody thinks if you're going to talk to your camera? If you have something worthwhile to say that you think people are interested in, honestly, who cares what anybody else thinks? It's 2018, we all talk to our phones, we all send Snapchats and voice notes and everything to our friends. So I would say just go for it, and to hell with what anyone thinks, honestly. And yeah, just take it slowly. Like, introduce it and you'll be fine. You'll be so fine. It's 2018. This is our world now. We talk to our phones. That's just it. What is your least favourite thing about Italy? I had to think about this for a little while, because I was like, do I dislike the traffic? Do I dislike this? I love Italy. Italy's amazing. I grew up coming on holidays to Italy. Like, this is the place we came on holidays the most when I was a child. So I've always had such an attachment to this country, and the food and the people and the culture and the climate and everything. I just have, it's such a special place in my heart. So the fact that I'm here in Erasmus is honestly like everything I like dreamed of as a child. And I feel like I was always supposed to come here. I have like just a feeling that I was supposed to be here. But the least favourite thing for me, it's kind of stupid, but I mean, I'm not dissing the culture or anything. is that like I go into so many places and they don't take card. Like, oh my god, like it's 2018. It's 2018, and I go into a shop and I maybe get a sandwich and it's like $2.50 or something, and I'm just like, I'm here with my card, and they're like, nope, cash only, and I'm like, I don't like carrying cash. And every time I have to go to an ATM here, I'm afraid in case like I get charged, because obviously I'm using an Irish card, I don't have an Italian bank account. But yes, so many places don't want to accept card, and I just find it so weird, especially for like cafes and kind of smaller places that you maybe, if you're only getting like an espresso, or you're grabbing a sandwich, or you're grabbing like a slice of pizza or something, they just won't take card. So, and even like, I'm so surprised sometimes, like being in a huge capital city like Rome, and you go into somewhere and you're like, yeah, and you're handing them your card, and they're just like, we don't take card. And I'm just like, why you do this? So it's not in any way a bad thing about Italy, it's just annoying that I can't pay with card, because I don't want to carry cash all the time. Do you know? How do you edit your pictures? So I'm assuming this is referring to my Instagram pictures, because I filter them, I sharpen them, I brighten them, I edit them. Yeah, it's no mystery that I edit my photos. I never alter like my body shape in any way like that. But yeah, I do like warm up some photos or brighten and things like that. And we all use filters, don't even deny it. We all use filters. But I suppose the main apps I use are Snapseed for adjusting brightness, sharpness, warmth, kind of getting rid of certain colours. So like I try to get rid of like green in photos, so I'll like tone down green a little bit, and some of my photos will be a little more pinky. I use Visco then for filters. I think we all know I think we all call it Visco. It's called Visco, I think. But I think we all use Visco for filters. It's really good. And what else? I use Facetune, but only ever for whitening the background. So sometimes in the background of a photo there might be a colour that I don't like, and it might be like disrupting my Instagram feed and the theme that I have going on. Or sometimes you just kind of want to whiten the background and make it a little bit brighter so that your outfit is maybe standing out a little bit more. So there is a whiten function on Facetune, and that's the only reason I use Facetune for. I think they're my main apps. I use Touch Retouch. You have to pay for that one. I use that for removing things out of photos. So something like, if you take a photo and then you notice in the background there's like an ugly bin, or there's like weeds or something, I don't know, whatever, and it's like distasteful and you don't want it in your photo, Touch Retouch is fantastic for, you kind of just circle on the thing that you don't want, and it's honestly like magic. It just removes it. Because like, if I'm like collaborating with a brand or something, and they sent me like a really nice top and I'm trying to style it up, and I take a photo, and then like for whatever reason there's something in the background like a bin, like something like that I obviously don't want in the photo and will take away from how nice the outfit is, then I'll use this app to just remove it. So I do have a blog post that I wrote before on like my favourite apps, so I will link that down below. That's probably the best way you can see kind of what apps I use and what I use them for, and that's how I edit my photos. 2 people have asked this question, and my heart is going out for you, but 2 people have asked, have I ever suffered with homesickness and how to deal with it? And one girl actually said that she's moving to Australia and she's like really afraid of being homesick, but she's so excited to go. What, like, how would she deal with homesickness? So yes, of course, I'm human. I've experienced homesickness. Actually, it's funny because I'm such a like busy bee, and I'm such a go-getter, and I love traveling and stuff, and I've been to America, I've been to Africa. So I like said last year when I started applying for Erasmus, I was like, I'm not going to be homesick. I'm grand. Like, I've been to all these places. I've been on a J1, lived away for 2 months. But I suppose I never thought about it in the sense that I'd be somewhere long term like this. Even though I'm here for the same length as I was on my J1, I have experienced homesickness, because it's a more permanent situation. Like J1 is like a real temporary thing, whereas I'm here, I'm living here, I have a full life. I have a full life in Rome, so it's like it makes it more like obvious to your subconscious that you're not home. You're not with your regular. You're not with the people you know and the routine you know and the culture that you know. Like the culture here is so different to home. And I didn't think I'd be the girl that would experience culture shock. I was like, I'm grand, I've been places, I go on holidays every year, whatever, no bother. Like, of course I experienced culture shock. I was silly to think that I wouldn't. Don't ever underestimate like how big a deal it is to move to a different country. It's amazing. I'd recommend it to everybody to go to a new country, to live and experience and like emerge in a new culture, but by no means underestimate how big of a deal it is and how like brave you are to do it. If you haven't moved yet, bring like some of your favorite products and stuff with you. That is like my number one thing, 'cause I use this stuff for my hair after the shower, and honestly I'd be so lost without it. And there is some things I'm so lost without, like Aussie shampoo. I'm so sad that there's none in Italy. Like, I'm so upset. Bring things like your favourite moisturisers and stuff that you might not get in another country. That's not to do with homesickness, but it might make you miss the things that are at home. With regards to homesickness, I would say don't be too fixated on home. Don't be trying to ring home to your family every single day and every hour of the day. Like, I mean, right now I haven't rang my mother in maybe 4 days or something like that, and it's not a big deal. Do you know what I mean? I'll send her a Snapchat or a WhatsApp if I an update for her, but that's just life now. I live in another country. That's the way it is, and I get on with it, like, do you know. And then it's great because then when I have news to tell her or tell anybody, do you know, I ring them up and it's a great chat and we're excited to talk to each other, and absence makes the heart grow fonder and all of that. But if you are missing home, just pick up the phone, send a text, watch, I don't know, videos of the Late Late Toy Show, drink tea, I don't know. Though there will be times when the only place that you want to be is at home on your own couch with your own food and your dog, and that's just a big part of the process. But actually something that I like to do and makes me feel at home when I'm here, going to an Irish pub. It's cliche, we all say, oh no, don't go to the Irish bar when you're abroad, but you go in and you see the signs of the Guinness and you see the lads pulling the pints, and it's just, you hear a few Irish accents, get talking to a few people, see where they're from, if they're from home or whatever, and it just makes you feel that little bit like, okay, I'm at my local. But obviously if you're not Irish and you're watching this and you want to deal with homesickness, try and find something in your city or new place that you live that relates to your country or is like a sport of your country, or like that, like an Irish pub, or you can associate something to do with your country, or find a club that does some involvement in your culture. And it means you can meet people from home or like relate to things that are relevant to home, and you'll just feel that little bit more at ease. Some days are harder and you'll say, all I want to do is be at home, and then other days you'll say, wow, I'm in this amazing new place, I have all of these opportunities, why am I wishing to be at home? So it's like part of the process. So just accept that feeling that you have and try and do little things that remind you of home to make you feel better. Because even though you're going to a new country, you'll always have home like in your heart, and you'll always be a representative of your country. When you go abroad and you say, I'm Irish, do you know what I mean? Someone will say, oh, I've never been to Ireland, what's Ireland like? You're a representative of the country, so bring a little bit of your home with you everywhere. And like, show a little bit about our culture or your culture to the new people that you meet, and it'll just make you feel like proud to be where you're from and maybe a little bit closer to home when you're away. That's kind of my best advice. Actually, bits holding up the camera. You might notice the angles keep changing. But okay, 2 more questions left. One is, any tips for starting a YouTube channel for a very keen but nervous person? I just started really. Well, not really. I used to post singing videos when I was a teenager on YouTube, but I deleted all of them. Anyway, now I'm assuming you're talking about the likes of vlogging and videos and creating content for YouTube. I don't know, like, it's taken me this long to do a consistent like YouTube series. Before I've done maybe 1 or 2 vlogs, and I was always like, oh, I'm gonna do vlogging this year, and it never happened, and I'm only now sticking to it. I would say, like, come up with, like, find your niche, like, know what you want to talk about in your videos, or know what kind of videos you want to create. Do some research into it, watch other YouTubers that you admire, because obviously you're going to learn from them. Google, like, how to be a YouTuber, not how to be a YouTuber, but like in whatever niche you're in, like how to maybe edit videos and stuff. Kind of find what software you want to use. It is nerve-wracking, but like the best place to start is to start, and you won't regret it. If it's something that you really, really want to do, you won't regret it. And again, it's like before when I was talking about talking on your Instagram and your Snapchat stories. Just don't care what people think. Like, if it's something that's going to make you happy and you can't stop thinking about it, just try it. What is the worst thing that can absolutely happen, and would it absolutely stop you from doing it? I don't think so. And you just never know what it's going to lead to, whether it be a career or it'll just stand you in general as a person by doing out of the ordinary things and just pushing yourself to do the things that you really, really want to do. So I would just say just do it. You can do it. We can all do it. Anybody can do anything, so just do it. Question that I'm going to take is, what is your 2-year plan vlog-wise? I find that very, very, very hard to answer because I'm not a full-time blogger. I'm not paid to do this. It's a hobby. I would love if this became a full-time thing. I would actually love nothing more than to be like a full-time content creator, because it's what I love. It's what gets me up in the morning and gets me excited, and I'm a creative person, so it's like using my creative energy all the time. And the more that I do it, and even the likes of the style challenge that I did and Vlogmas that I'm doing, makes me more excited and is giving me more ideas all the time. I wish I could do this full time. So I mean, goals are to be full time, but realistically for the next half of the year I'm going to be on Erasmus, and then the other half of the year I'm going to be in final year of college. So things are going to die down big time after Erasmus, and then they might go up again. I don't know. So I really, really don't know. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to hopefully continue with vlogging because I really like it now. Continue to grow my Instagram. Just continue really and just see what happens. Try to further myself all the time. Try to get better every year. Try to do more research all the time. Just constantly trying to up my game, up my quality, up my content. That's kind of it. My quality is not going to go down. It can only go up with more and more practice. So I don't know. I suppose just watch this space. The only place to go for anybody is up. If you keep continuing with something and you keep trying harder and you keep investing time, money, effort into it, you can only go up. You can only get better at your skill. So I don't know, I love it, and I'm really loving Vlogmas, and I'm loving kind of where everything is headed. And I hit like a big milestone this year with 10,000 followers on Instagram. Follower count isn't everything, but when you're doing something for 4 years, to kind of have recognition like that, even on a small level, it makes it all worthwhile. Do you know, some days you're kind of like, why am I doing all of this for free? Most of it for free anyway. And then opportunities come along and things happen, or a girl will send you a message and say, oh, I have the same body type, like I love that dress that you wore, I'm gonna buy it for this occasion, thank you so much. It just makes you go, oh my god, like at least one person out there wants to see this and is taking something good from it. Like honestly, I could be doing far worse things, and that's why I say never care what anybody thinks about what you do, because I could be doing far worse things than I'm doing. And if I'm helping someone, and if someone reaches out to me and says, oh, like what's best for this skin type, do you think, what is best for this body shape, do you think, they value my opinion, like somebody values my opinion, so what I'm doing is worthwhile. I know I'm after making this very long-winded, but when I start talking about these things I could keep talking and talking and talking. So I suppose, I hope you kind of got a bit of an idea like what I'm about from this Q&A, and a bit like I hope that you got to know me a little bit better from this Q&A, because when I start talking about a topic I kind of really delve into it, and that's just me, and I don't go into that on like stories and stuff. So maybe vlogs will be my new thing, who knows. But I'm going to leave today's Vlogmas at that, because it's probably going to be longer than usual with this. And again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to anybody who sent over the questions. Really, really enjoyed doing that. And I'll see you in the next one.